Okay, I had no idea Ron LeGrand has a board game. Ron LeGrand's Quick Turn Real Estate game. Pretty crazy that I had Cash Flow, Robert Kiyosaki. Played the digital version, had the board game, all that, but never Ron LeGrand. Big fan, Ron LeGrand. He's actually like the first course I ever bought was Ugly House Boot Camp, Pretty House Boot Camp. Look at this: red leads, blue leads. Looks like some kind of board game, looks like Monopoly sort of, but marketing cards, business tool cards, hard knock cards, Ronism cards. Okay, learn about different marketing campaigns, and then looks like there's a spinner, and I don't know. We'll have to check this out. I'm pretty stoked because as you get older, like you definitely like need to make more brain connections, and learning is maybe not as like I don't know, like I'm still a smart guy, but not maybe as sharp as I used to be. So I don't know, just there's says how to win down here on page 10. I'm just gonna skip the table of contents because holy cow. This entire book is like I haven't read a book this big in I don't know how long. So I'm just going to skip to page 10. Wait a minute, brass balls. Hold on. What is that about? I've got to figure that out. I've got brass balls, so I'm always interested in what other people have to say about that. And anyway, goodness gracious, this is a lot of rules here and how to do this. So I'm gonna have to dedicate like a week or two here to try to digest lease options, all-inclusive trust deed, a wraparound. Okay, so yeah, I'm glad that this is creative real estate stuff. That's kind of exciting. Oh wow, look at this, Ron LeGrand's Quick Turn Real Estate game. Looks like some kind of score chart there. I don't know. I'll have to get back to that. Wow, look at that. That's wild looking. That's really cool. I like all the bright colors. And it kind of is like Monopoly, sort of. And I don't see any railroads, though. So I guess that's good. Yeah, no railroads. Um, all right, a spinner. Ooh, didn't. I'm going to have to practice my flicking. This flicking thing isn't very fast. Look at some pencils. He thought of everything. You can tell already, just right off the bat. I'm trying to like hold myself off from grabbing that iPad looking thing there, or iPod looking thing. Hey, look at that! Stacks and stacks and stacks. Old Granddaddy Ronnie helping us get these racks on racks and stacks of scorecards. Dice, little. What is this? This must be brass balls. This is the brass balls. It looks like, and they're not really made of brass. They're made of. I'm gonna guess they're made of some kind of a manufactured plastic product. I'm not sure, but they're pretty heavy. You could really hurt somebody if you hit them with that. I don't recommend throwing those at people. If you play this game with your friends, try not to throw these at each other. Ronism: don't let your family and loved ones convince you that you can't do it. That's great. All right, yeah. I'm digging that. Business tools. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, you could do something here. Yeah, all right. Just a suggestion for your business. Marketing suggestion here. Okay, you could definitely have somebody put out yard signs, bandit signs. Okay, that's kind of expensive though. My goodness, look at the price tag. $350? Is that what it is? That's horrible. Okay, it's too much money for that. All right. And I'm guessing the game is deciding what you want to do, yes or no. Oh, look at that. An employee of mine forged a power of attorney document, and I have to pay an attorney to clear that up. $750. My butt. Fire his butt. Okay, look at that. $10,000 cash. This is a private money stack here. That's really cool. Private money stack. Great. So far, this seems really kind of all inclusive here. Like it's kind of covering a wide variety of things, and that's nice. So I'm looking forward to that. learning, expanding, getting these, like I said, brain connections. Here's the blue leads it was talking about on the box. Let's see what these are. Okay, an address, and look like it's a deal. Okay, and you got to evaluate the deal. Okay, just had a house built, has two mortgages, needs to get rid of it quick. Um, what do we do? Okay, looks like you're going to offer this, and you're going to subject to with some cash, 2,000 going to the seller, and then you're going to sell it to somebody. Okay, so this is the whole deal. This is the deal details, and then how you're going to acquire it and how you're going to sell it. Yeah, big thumbs up for that. Yeah, that's super cool. So that's the blue leads. Now I wonder if the red leads, and what's the significance here? The blue and the red, is that like, hey, here's a Democrat state, here's a Republican state, or like, is it just like, hey, these are blue because they're like cool, like the ocean, or like is red like stay away, or like I don't know. Like the blue ones, they seem pretty cool so far. So I'm stoked about the blue ones. And then I want to put these. I'm trying to keep everything organized. Like I'm kind of OCD about my board game stuff. Like I've got a few other board games. Like I said, I've played in. Uh, Fact is, I've never been beaten at Connect Four. That's just most people don't know that about me. But here's the red leads, and I'm hoping that these are obviously different. I'm assuming. No, looks like a deal here. Sellers are out of town, don't have time to sell the property, and okay. So here's what you're going to offer, and here's what you're going to sell. I don't know. Maybe one player gets a the ability to you know draw blue ones, and the other player gets to draw the red ones. I'm not sure. I haven't read the 14 page or whatever owner's manual to this, so how you make it work. So I don't know. I'll have to, like I said, I'm gonna have to pencil in a week or two to try to digest how to get going on this, and then once I do, I think it's gonna be fun for me and my friends. We're just gonna have a lot of fun. What does this look? This look like an iPod or something kind of MP3 player? No, it's a timer of some kind. Okay, it's a timer for the dealer. Ah, you only got a certain amount of time to make a deal, I guess. You gotta strike while the iron's hot here. Oh, look, a calculator, a solar powered calcy. Wow, right there. That's worth every bit of the money right there. I mean, I'm gonna be able to put that in my pocket and use that in real life. All right, and look, there's another one for player two. So I guess this is at least a two-player game. I'm assuming you could do two teams. Wouldn't that be cool? Maybe we'll get that together and we'll start playing this together. Maybe after I've digested all the directions and all that. Here we go. So here's some money. See, I'll never lack for money again because of this game. I've learned creative real estate. I've learned how to analyze deals and make offers, how to sell them off. I've also look. It starts you out with just look. I've got a stack of 50s here, and I'm sure the people up at the Kroger are gonna. Oh, holy cow! They're gonna bow down and practically worship me because look at the cash I have. I'm gonna be able to get whatever I want at the grocery store from now on. Thank you to this game, Ron. I do think this game looks absolutely incredible. I bought it off eBay, about $40. Um, Real excited to get started playing. What I might do though is just grab those red leads and those blue leads and just start digesting the out of those because I think that's the meat. But this is really cool. And then there's the instructions. So I've got to spend some time doing that.
Hey, can you hear me now? I had the mute button on. All right. Hey, thanks, guys. Thanks for popping in the chat and letting me know you can't hear me because I was really getting going on some stuff. And you know how it is. Thanks for being here, everybody. We got a good group. We've had a bunch of people watching so far. And I really want to say thank you so much for that. And me and my wife are down here at the beach in Galveston, Texas. We just grabbed a room real quick on the beach. Decided Saturday. We were like, hey, we just want to get out of, just want to go. And I was just remarking before you guys, when you couldn't hear me, about how nice it is to be your own boss. Okay. And I hope that, and I wish that for you, if that's something that you want, is to be your own boss sometime. Um, because it's really cool to be able to make up your own schedule. I feel like it's not for everybody. I get that. There are some people that are natural born employees. All right. Yeah. Not me. No. Never never was a natural born employee. No, it didn't it just I don't know. I just always never did it ever work right like it did for everyone else. And I don't know if you can relate to that, but for sure I just never it just killed me. I'll give you an example. One time I got a job, actually two times, three times. Boy, talk about somebody smart enough to learn his lessons. Three times I've tried this. This was many, many years ago before I really got real estate working. Now, did I know about real estate? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Was I trying? Wasn't I wouldn't say I was trying. I was complaining that it wasn't or that it didn't work. I was in that whole stage. And maybe you're in that stage. All right. Well, anyway, I got a job three different times at three different car lots trying to be a car salesman. And I think the last one, I think I lasted maybe 45 minutes before I quit. And I mean, the one before that, I think I was there for a whole maybe 10 days. I don't know. It wasn't long. The one before that, I think 2 weeks. So like every time I was there, I felt like, and maybe if you sell cars, you can relate. I felt like how dealerships like a lot of the dealer floors are made of glass, the walls are, and I felt like I was sitting in there in a fishbowl, like a fish, just in a giant ass fishbowl, waiting on somebody to come by and feed my sorry self. Okay, and I was just like, this kills me because just can't see myself sitting here at the best part of every day. I mean, if the sun is shining, I'm here. If it's raining, I'm here. If it's a holiday, usually I'm here. That's the story, right? And I was like, there's no way I'm gonna live the rest of my life like this. And so I did. I quit. You guys already know the end of that story, but felt like a fishbowl, eating up the best part of my day every day, the best part of my week, the best part of my life. See, I don't want to wait till I'm old and retire at 65, 67, whatever it is now. I don't know even. Maybe it's not even, maybe you don't even get to retire. And I don't even really believe in retirement, by the way. I, I believe, I believe in being productive until you die. All right. I don't know about you, but I think some people have a concept of retiring, and that's when we get to quit working and we get to finally sit down and just do what we want and just get super duper lazy. And if you haven't read the book The 4 Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss, you really should go get that because it'll change the paradigm for you in the sense that what it will do is it'll teach you to not think of retirement in that way, but rather to think of it like, what if I created a life where like on a Saturday, like Justin, I could just drop everything and take the wife and go to the beach and stay for a week and, let the kids take care of the house and the dogs and just kind of just do what I want, eat what I want while I'm there. Uh, you know, reconnect with my creator, with also with nature, with my wife. Um, I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional, and I don't mean to. It's not normally me, but I'm just real grateful. And another thing, I've been in some bad relationships before, and I know you have too, probably if you're old enough to have been in some. And I think sometimes we go through rough patches with people that we're in love with. We go through rough financial patches, and I think it's easy to judge that person in those moments. And I think it's easy to be frustrated and to take it out on someone close to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I really did not mean to get emotional, and I may have to cut this, but I just want to say this: you owe it to yourself, and you owe it to that person if you love them to, before you cut them out, see what having a little money will do for them. See what having the bills paid will do for them. See what taking them on a trip that to a place they've never been before will do for them. Okay, because you might not know this person like you'll know them after you have the ability to do that. And that's what I hope for you. All right. So, coming at you live from the beach. I'm a happy fellow when you get to know me. All right. And if you want to get to know me, you can right now. You can hop in here at shutupmoney.com/LOL. There is a scroller right down here that tells you where to go. And you can do that, or you can actually go to shutupmoney.com and you can just hop right on and get on a 15 to 30 minute call with me in Zoom. I do all kinds of things in those 15 to 30 minute sessions. Um, I I coach people. If you're a student of mine, I call homeowners with you. I sometimes give consult you, give you advice. Sometimes I even pray with people. It's I really want to do whatever I can to help, and I know some folks have been a part of coaching clubs and coaching mentorships and stuff where they're supposed to help, but they didn't really. I've been a part of those too, and they didn't help me, and that's why I really wanted to start this one, and I started it back in 2018 because I really want to make a difference in my life by helping other people. I want to make a difference in my life by making a difference in your life. Like Zig Ziglar says, if you could just help enough other people get what they want, then you'll in return, in time, get what you want, right? Well, I'm working that program right now. And so I'm trying to raise up a group of elite. What does that word mean? Elite, like I when I say elite, I picture like nobody else. Like very unique and special. Elite. I'm trying to raise up an elite group of creative real estate wholesalers and investors that I can JV with. Not only that, but coaches as well. Okay. So JV partners and coaches that I can collaborate with. Okay. So maybe, for example, you come up through learning how to do lease options. Maybe you grow into doing some subject to, and we're going to talk about that in a minute too. And then we're going to talk about wraparounds a little bit. We're going to talk about some other stuff. But maybe you come up learning some of these techniques and strategies, right? And then you're like, hey, I like maybe want to help because it'll help me be accountable, want to help other people be accountable. Can I be a small group coach, learn coaching, launch a coaching business too? Hey, follow my footsteps. That's okay too. I would be honored. All right. So I'm looking for JV partners in the future and coaches to collaborate with. And that's why I do what I do. Okay. And so, and plus, I just enjoy it. I like it. All right. I find that this is, for me, I'm blessed in the sense that I have the ability to do something that makes money. All right. And because I have the ability to do this, I feel like also inside me is this gift to want to teach and share. And I'm okay to do both. All right. I was watching, I was scrolling through Facebook this morning. Hey guys, the chat's open, by the way. Get up in this chat if you want to, or you can go to shutupmoney.com/or backslash, whatever that is, LOL, and hop right up in here with your camera on and let's talk for a little while. Um, yeah, the thing is, I was going through Facebook this morning a little, and they were talking about coaches. They were like, "Hey, coaches, no coach in the top 10 in his niche is teaching. You can't do both." And I was like, "Okay, well, that's probably true. I don't know. I'm not trying to be the top of anything. Like I said when I started this, I'm really trying to be accountable, and I'm really trying to get better at what I do. And I'm also really trying to just live a life of freedom and happiness. And to me, that doesn't mean I need to be the top 10 or have the biggest paycheck or the biggest record world setting, blah, blah, blah. I don't care if anybody even really knows me. Let me just do what I do and be happy and leave me alone. Like Kenny Loggins, I'm all right. Don't nobody worry about me. Okay. Why you got to give me a fight? Just let me be. Okay. You guys, some of you in the audience are old enough to know that song. That was like one of my favorite songs as a kid. Uh, it's cool. So anyway, yeah, let's talk about subject two. Let's talk about real estate here. And I think if you want to hop in the chat here, hey, here we got Vladimir. What's going on, man? Hey, Vladimir, what's going on?
Hey man, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
So,
How's the evening going?
man, it's going pretty good. Are you up in New York, New Jersey?
Yes, sir. New York City, I am.
Nice. What's happening up there tonight, bro?
The weather is good. 9:30 p.m. Yeah, so it's yeah.
Nice.
We're here.
Nice.
Where you
Nice.
at?
I'm in Galveston, Texas right now.
Ah, nice.
I'm on a little vacation this week, and just maybe I'm a workaholic a little bit, but also like I really enjoy going live on Wednesdays, so I just wanted to do this, and you know, I like talking with you guys. And
You you're a good man. You're a good man.
I appreciate that, man.
I
Thank
uh,
you.
I always like yeah. Whenever I come across a video or something, I always yeah like to hear your words of wisdom and experience.
Well, thank you. I
Obviously.
appreciate that. Appreciate it. What are you into these days, man? You're a realtor, right?
Uh, I'm a realtor investor.
Yeah.
Yeah, both. So trying, hustling, trying to make it. Here and there,
Huh.
we hit dead ends. Hard to overcome it. But yeah, so that's why I like to listen to what you have to what you wanna
Yeah.
say to put people on the right path and give them maybe a little bit of faith when it's
Yeah.
needed. I'm
Yeah.
sure you needed some too at some time of point of your life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
All the time. Yeah. Yeah. That's so true. Thank you for you're so kind. I appreciate that, man.
of course. Listen.
Uh,
Whatever you said about giving, I mean, that's the only thing. I think that's not the only thing, but that's so much. When you give, when you help people, I think that's the highest thing. One of the highest things is spiritually that you could do to somebody. So I respect that about you, and want to thank you very much for doing what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm
Yeah.
really the product of folks that care, you know. Um, and that's probably a commodity nowadays. It's rare. People that care. I'm just a product of that, and I've got some good mentors that care. Some have cared because they just wanted to, and some cared because I paid them.
Okay.
But
Listen.
they care.
So listen, that's sometimes that this is the exchange that has to be. They give you knowledge, and in extent of knowledge, you give monetary compensation. Sometimes,
Yeah, yeah. That's
So
so true. But I'm so glad because I'm so glad I did it. It's some of the best money I ever spent was on a coach. But I actually think that the real true benefit for it in me was kind of learning a method or a system. And I wish everybody had that, like a method or like a process. For my Canadian friends, a process. A step by step kind of how to make money or how to do this or how to have a conversation with a homeowner. I mean, really, this whole game is real simple. I mean, it could be packaged in thousands and thousands of ways and resold to all of us. But the fact is that it's get leads that are decent. Like it trips me out. People call prop stream leads, and it's like, well, that's not leads. It's just raw data. I mean, so you got to be able to figure out how to in your business, no matter what it is, right? Get leads that are decent, or get someone's attention, and then you got to be able to say something to them that gets them to convert. In other words, you got to get them on your side, either to sign the contract if we're a real estate investor, or to get their credit card out if you're selling something else, or if you're in the car business, like I was talking about earlier, you get to get the finance application out, and start filling it out, or whatever it is. It's like, so there's really just two steps: getting the leads and then having conversations. And that's as simple as that sounds. It's for a lot of us, it's not necessarily that easy, right? I mean,
it's all about listen. It's all about being able to click with people. Find something that they want and create a relationship with them. Because only by doing that you could get them on your side. I mean,
yeah,
in real estate, anywhere, people, somewhere you have to show that you how do you say that word? Genuinely,
genuinely, yeah,
yes,
like yeah,
care about them, and don't just show. I mean, like that's the way it has to be. That you want to help them. That it's not that you're not only there to make a couple of bucks, but during that process, you actually helping somebody.
right, right. That is so true. And to follow up, with people with openness, openness, without pressure, but being assertive, maybe, but also open at the same time. Does that sound like a riddle? It kind of does.
Yeah.
But I was watching Oprah one time. I know, I know this sounds dumb, but I was watching Oprah one time and I learned this valuable lesson, and that is when you're listening to somebody, do your best to not judge what they're saying, but just be open to it and really, really listen for what they're trying to say.
It's tough. It's tough, man. It's
And
tough.
it's
It's
tough.
very, it's very tough. I mean, Oprah. Yeah, Oprah. She's a great human and entrepreneur. Yeah, you could learn, but it's tough. Whatever she's saying, it's tough. But I think, and it's impossible to do it all the time. But if you at least
Right,
be aware and catch yourself when you start judging, I think that's already a big plus to that.
right,
You know, I
right.
think. Just be
I think
aware.
so.
Just be aware, because the more you're aware, the more you're able to correct yourself, right?
I agree. I agree. Practice. It's a practice. Like so.
Practice. Yes,
You
you're
know.
right.
Even like
Practice.
practice with people you don't know, practice with people you know, practice just really try to listen. And I think this is a major problem with new folks in real estate game, if I can say, and that is that they don't really listen to the homeowner. And that's okay. I get that because they're real nervous about what to say next. And I think role playing and practicing comes in really important in that respect, but really learning to listen and not just listen to the words, but listen to what this person means, what they're trying to say. Because I'll give you an example. Can I give you a real estate example? This actually popped up today in one of my students' lives, and this is what I call advanced maneuver number 4. By the way, if you're listed out there and you're in my club and you've got the course and all that, this is advanced maneuver number 4, and for creative real estate doing lease options, especially lease option assignments. Okay. And that is the homeowner said this. It's like the homeowner is like calls the student back and follows up with the student. I mean, that's always a plus when the homeowner's calling you. And here's what I find happens a lot there is the student doesn't really call them back or respond, and the deal dies on the vine. Well, this student's ace, so they're right on top of it. Got in touch with the homeowner immediately. The homeowner said, "Hey, I want to do this deal with you, but I don't want to just pick a price willy nilly. And I don't know what the house is going to be worth in 12 to 18 months. And so here's what we did. We wrote up the contract, or rather, the student did. He wrote up the
Right.
contract to read. Advanced maneuver number 4 says put in the contract instead of a purchase price. So instead of saying the purchase price is going to be 250,000, he puts in place of the purchase price there 250,000. He replaces that with the phrase something to the effect of, and I have this written down. It's advanced maneuver number 4, but it's the purchase price shall be um, determined at the time of, like within 30 days of purchase by a certified independent appraiser, or the mean average of your certified appraiser and the buyer's certified appraiser at whatever that is. And that became the purchase price.
Which
And
is which doesn't really exist at that point
so
of time.
yeah, so it's a number that hasn't, it's like to be determined.
Right. TBD, yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Right. So purchase price to
He,
be determined.
he
Now,
killed
l-
he killed his own deal, right?
well, no, I think
Kind
it's
of, no?
genius.
It
No, I
is
think it's
genius?
genius.
Okay.
Yeah,
See,
because
I
uh,
don't know how it works. I don't know how it works, so I'm sorry.
no,
Maybe.
no, no, that's okay, man. That's okay. And and once you hear how it works, you may disagree, and that's okay. Create. That's what's so cool about creative real estate is there's so many ways to do it that you could do it differently and it would still work. So, but I think it's beautiful that putting that verbiage in is in place of the purchase price, because one, the homeowner now knows that I'm going to sell the house, and within the term was, let's say, 18 months. I'm going to sell the house within 18 months, and I'm going to sell it for what it appraises for. So I'm going to get a fair price. Okay, so there's a plus. The seller knows he's getting a fair price. Now here's another plus. If we look at the tenant buyer's perspective, because I'm gonna put a tenant buyer in there. Here's what I want to do. I, the investor, I'm gonna put some good people in that house. They want to buy the house within 18 months. Now I'm gonna make money when they're gonna pay me to do this, but this has to fit the homeowner first, right? So he's gonna get the best price. He's gonna get appraisal price. The homeowner, he's happy. The tenant buyer is also going to be happy because he knows he's not going to be overpaying for the property. Okay. He also knows he's not going to be underpaying for the property either. He's going to be paying a fair deal what it's worth at the time of purchase. So not only that, so it's a plus on both sides so far. Now, where do I think it's a plus for me? Now, is it possible for me to take a deal that has a lease for 18 months, that's a decent lease, it also has an option to buy. And the price on the option says to be determined by appraiser or your appraiser and my appraiser, whatever they agree on at the time of purchase.
Oh,
If the purchase
oh,
price says that,
I now I
can
see.
I sell that? Can I sell that contract though and assign it to a tenant buyer and saying, hey, listen, this here, you'll get a fair deal at appraisal price when you go to buy within 18 months. The pay to play fee, the get in the door fee is 10K to me. Do you want it? Yes or no? That to me is genius. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
So
guess,
what
yeah.
what do you think, Vlad?
Well, I didn't really understand how it works, but now the whole transaction. What are you referring to? Because it's like, I thought I was under the impression that you call the homeowner and you're looking to purchase the house, and you don't give him your offer, but they said the offer would be what the appraisal would say that. But this is a little bit different transaction you're talking about. Yeah. So when you do that, yeah, it's actually, yeah, that makes sense. So you don't you leave it open, and you kind of says, I'm not the one who's gonna give you the price for it, but I let the professional do all the. So here's the professional, so I'm not taking advantage of you, something like that,
Right,
right?
right,
Is that?
right. Yeah, that's exactly right. So it's kind of like, Mr. Homeowner, I'm not going to argue with you about this purchase price topic. What if we just put in there, instead of a price, we put in there that before we close on the property, that we have an appraiser go out and tell us what it's worth, and that we'll go with that. I think that's a silver bullet almost, really, for these creative lease options. Kind of a silver bullet. Like, we're not lowballing you. We're not going to play any games. We're going to give you exactly fair market value based on a certified appraiser's report. Um, pretty cool maneuver. But again, like I said earlier, a lot of people will look at this differently, perhaps, and want to, maybe cut the pie a different way, and that's really cool too. I am I just do things the way that I think about them, right? You're going to think about them differently. Another person will think about them yet differently again. And that's creative real estate. And that's really kind of exciting. And I like that about creative real estate. It's so fluid.
Yes, it's well.
It,
Listen, it's whatever works for you. I mean, some people might not feel comfortable with that, and if something else works for them, then it's absolutely fine, right?
sure. That's right. That's right. And I think it's important to allow the homeowner. I was thinking about this earlier, and I saw someone post, about how do you know what strategy to use with what homeowner, like, do you how do I know a sub 2 fits, or how do I know lease option, or maybe a wraparound, or how do I know if it's maybe a contract for deed, or some kind of owner finance, seller finance, something, and I don't know. What if it's just an option? Or how do I know? I mean, I don't know. I think new people get anxiety, and when I say new people, I mean new to the ideas, like they get anxiety about, how do I know what shoe fits what foot, for so to speak. And I think the answer is pretty simple. um if you know a few questions, and I want to give those questions away to everybody. If you're watching, and we have a good group watching, and I appreciate you watching. We're probably going to wrap up here in just a few minutes. If you've got some questions, throw them in the chat, and we'll talk about them. But yeah, I want to give these questions away. I gave them away last week, but over at shutupmoney.com, if you go there, there's if you sign up for a 15-minute appointment, you'll automatically get those questions like right away, immediately. So, you can do that. But these questions are really just you're going to depend on the homeowner to tell you which strategy fits them the best. And of course, the details of the property and all that will come into play and all this, of course, at some point in the conversation. But Mr. Homeowner, here might be the first question. Mr. Homeowner, if I were to pay you all cash and close quickly, what's the least that you could take? You know, that's it. That's how you ask. That's the first question every wholesaler should learn. And Mr. Homeowner, if I were to offer you all cash and close quickly, what would be the least amount you could take? So that's a great question. If you go around asking a certain number of homeowners that question, you will have a certain number of homeowners say yes. Hey Vlad, awesome seeing you, dude. Thanks, bro. I, I saw you shoot me a chat, man. Thanks, man.
Yeah, it's
I
getting
will.
late in here. Yeah, gotta
Yeah,
go.
I'll hit you up, man. Thanks.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Vlad. So if you're talking about um, doing a deal with a homeowner and you ask a certain, let's say you ask a certain number of homeowners that question. If I were to offer you all cash and close quickly, what's the least amount you would take for your home in need of repair? A certain number of them are going to give you a good answer. It's a numbers game. Okay. The thing is if you're not asking that question of anyone, then you're not ever going to get the answer that you seek. All right. So, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to um, learn these questions and ask them of everyone that you come across that has a home in need of repair, whether that's driving for dollars or whatever you do to get lists of homes that could need repair. Ask them that if I were to offer you cash and close quickly, what would be the least you could take? What would be a creative finance question? Well, sir, would you take a small down payment and the rest of your equity in payments? Okay. So there's like six questions, all right? And all of them set up a different type of strategy. And really, what you would do is, if you were talking to a homeowner, you would just ask him one right after another. Mr. Homeowner, if I were to, offer you all cash and close quickly, what's the least you could take? Oh, well, not low enough. Okay. Well, okay, sir. Well, would you accept a small down payment and the rest of your equity and payments? Okay. Yes, maybe. No. Okay. Then the next question, sir, if we were to, guarantee the payment, take care of the maintenance on the property, blah, blah. Okay. This might be talking about a pretty house now, doing a lease option. So you just ask the questions. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. It's not rocket science, but it is science. Okay. Okay. So it's just one question after another, and you could search the world and you could study for decades and you could look and tear apart books and courses and you could tear apart videos and you could do all of that, and what it boils down to is asking those questions to enough homeowners so that the numbers work in your favor. I know I just blew it all apart, didn't I? I just totally wrecked all the mystery for you. I just totally devastated it all. So now it's just like, this business is boring. Well, it kind of is. And boring is best. All right. Boring is best. All right. So if you want those questions, go on over to shutupmoney.com, hop on there, grab those. Also, right now, I'm giving away a subject to course. Okay. This is my subject to course. This is the one that I did. This is the paperwork that I use, that I have. This is a pretty cool course. I'm just be real with you, but it's about pre foreclosures. So if you're thinking about subject to in some other respect other than pre foreclosures, then this course may not be the one for you. Okay. But if you are interested in pre foreclosures and subject to or wraparound, okay, how about this? because wraparound and subject to can be used somewhat interchangeably, you might say. What if you go over to shutupmoney.com and you put your email address in there, and I won't bug you, I promise you that, and you got the free subject to course. It's called Sub 2.0. And in there you found the purchase and sale agreement. Oh, that's all it is, purchase and sale agreement with a disclosure. Okay. But then you were like, hey, I want to take this one step farther. How could you do that? All you'd have to do is take the same purchase and sale agreement and get a wraparound disclosure. And now you've got that strategy. Okay. So if you go over there and you get the sub 2 course, I'm offering you a 15 to 30-minute consultation. Hop on there and I'll hook you up with the wraparound disclosure. There's three strategies you mastered right there in 15 minutes. Cash offers, subject to wraparound. The questions that set them up, the agreements, the disclosures, and a 30-minute coaching session. All packaged together for you right there. I'm about to go put my swimming trunks on and go jump in the ocean. I might go get a steak though, because I'm thinking about having a T-bone and eggs tonight. T-bone and eggs. I know I've lost some weight, guys. Have y'all see that? The pandemic. I used to be thin. I used to be thin and chiseled. I used to have muscles. Mm, but the pandemic put that 15 to 25 or 35 to 45 to 50. The pandemic put that 30. I got the relationship 15 and then I got the marriage 15. And so in my like like 13 when we started, I got 15 when we started dating, and then when we got married I got another 15. And then we've been together for a while now and I picked up an extra. This is crazy. I have lost some weight though, and it's all my fault, man, because I love sweets. You guys have no idea about me, but I love sweets and I love potato chips. I will kill a whole sack of potato chips if you let me. But I'm trying to cut back on carbs lately, and I've lost about 15 pounds, and I got about another 15 I want to go. So if you guys want to lose some weight with me, let's do it together, okay? Because I'm doing some carbs cutting, and I'm doing like a lot of meats, and like I said, like a T-bone and eggs tonight. But I'm cheating a little too. You know what I mean? Like I might have a little slice of toast. I mean, it's a slice of toast, y'all. Come on, man. Come on. Or maybe like a little bit of, I might have a little sweet tea. I'm on vacation, man. I know, but I don't want to go backwards. See, that's the thing is I want to establish good habits, right? So that I can keep it moving forward all the time, 365, and not be up and down because I kind of been a little bit in my life, a little bit like that. And I've been really fit and then kind of fat and then kind of really fit and kind of fat. And I just kind of want to be boring, And hey, Val, you've already subscribed, so I'll just hook you up with the. It's in the course is in the dashboard of the members only dashboard as well. It's the sub 2.0, Val. If you're in my club, and you are, Val, so but anybody else can go over to the website and get the subject to uh, course for free. It's about pre foreclosures though. Forewarning. Okay, because and I say that because some of y'all out there have been watching other people, and you're like pretty good with this stuff in your head, and other people aren't quite so good with it in their head. But I know that people are going to hit me up and they're going to be like, but hey, man, would this work if I were to take this and do this and such? What about these people and that? And the answer is yeah. Of course it would, but this particular strategy is a real step by step this course is a real step by step thing that teaches you to focus on FISBOs and pre foreclosures. Okay. So, you know, and and maybe some of y'all out there appreciate that direction being kind of like go that way. But yeah, you can use subject to in other ways. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not saying get pigeonholed here. I'm just saying start maybe getting your education in subject to through my course because it's a real nice beginner level course about pre foreclosures and stuff. Yeah, you got access already, Val. So, but everybody else go over it, hop on there, get it. And what I'm promising you, or what I'm offering, and I guess that's a promise, is that if you've gotten my subject to course for free and you schedule a call with me, I will. In the course comes already automatically the purchase and sale agreement and the disclosure for subject to. What I'm offering everybody is if you schedule with me, I will make sure that you get, in addition to that, a wraparound disclosure so that if you ever decide to not do a subject to, but rather a wraparound, and if you don't know the difference, just Google them, guys. Also, watch last Wednesday's vid because we really talked about what all these mean and there's subtle differences between subject to and wraparound. Really, in the wraparound, the homeowner is going to continue paying their mortgage. Okay, the deed's going to change. They're going to pay their mortgage. In a subject to, the deed's going to change and you're going to pay their mortgage. Okay, it's a different disclosure form. Oh no, but it's $2,500 to buy this course over here. It's 4,500 to buy this course. It's one sheet of paper. Okay. All right. So anyway, any questions, guys, gals? Love you a bunch. I'm gonna go eat a steak and eggs, and then I'm gonna go put my trunks on and go hop in the ocean because it's the Gulf, but it's like super warm. It's like bath water. In fact, earlier today, I saw somebody taking a bath in the ocean. And then I saw her shaving her legs. It was it was like it was like it was pretty crazy. But you know what? Not really crazy at all at the same time. It's just something I hadn't seen before. And you know what? If you keep a good attitude about things, you see something new every day. And that was one thing new I saw today. I've never seen somebody shave their legs in the Gulf of Mexico until today. And today I witnessed it with my own eyes. You know what, though? I guess you got to do what you got to do. It's multitasking. Multitasking. Hey, love you guys. I'll see you next week. Okay. I'll be back next Wednesday. Well, if you're in my club, I'll be back way before then. But if you're not in the club, I'll just be back next Wednesday for you. And we can change that. So stop over at shutupmoney.com. Mike Thomas is asking a question right here before I pop out of here. Hey, Mike, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. And he's asking, do I use an attorney to close buyer side of lease option assignment? And the real facts are no, I don't. But if you're going to use an attorney in the deal, that's where you should use one. Okay. So if you're going to use an attorney in the deal, you should get your attorney to take your terms, your info, what you put together in the deal, and put the deal together with the tenant buyer. Okay. That's how you should do it if you're going to use an attorney. I do not. Why do I not? And the answer to that is because um, it's just not necessary. Okay. In a lease option, that is. Okay. A lease option assignment, not necessary. A title company or an attorney is not necessary until about 30 days before they go to close. That's when they'll want to send a purchase and sale agreement to the homeowner, and they'll want to then, set all that up. Okay. That's me. Now, I Mike is saying that he is from North Carolina, so he doesn't really have a choice. Okay. I will be honest with you here and say there's a few states that I avoid. Illinois is one. Ohio is one. Recently, I've added Oklahoma to the list, and I may go back there at some point. But I just avoid these for lease options, and that's if I'm looking for sell by owners, lease option assignments. Is I do a lot of that, so I try to avoid North Carolina. Okay, something about the magistrates over there wanting folks to foreclose on people that have lease purchase agreements instead of an eviction if something were to go bad. I don't understand it, Mike. I don't get it, man. So I just, you got it. You understand it more out there than I do, bud. Okay. But here's the thing. I avoid it because I can. You live there, so you have to play by their rules. uh, and that's just the way that it goes. And so, but yeah, can you do lease purchase? You can do lease purchase, lease option, I believe, in all 50 states, unrestricted. But there are little catchy things in a few of these states and some sticky things, like, for example, Washington State. Okay, for example, that's another one I avoid personally. Okay, now I'm sorry, guys, if you're from Illinois and you're like, oh man, there's no reason to live anymore. Okay, don't be like that. And if maybe you're from Oklahoma or Ohio, or like Mike's from North Carolina, or Washington State, what they're doing is they're just making it impossible for people to evict people. Like, really. So it's like take 2-3 years or something to get somebody out of a house. I'm not gonna play that game with the homeowner and all this stuff. Okay. There's just so many other places to do business that want me to do business. Okay. That let me. Okay. um, I'll just go there. Now, if I live there, though, I'm going to find a way to play by the rules. Okay. Because I want to be effective in my own market. And guys and gals, I'll just be real with you. This means that if I someday have to go get my realtor's license in order to continue to do this in my home market, you better believe it, I'm gonna. Okay. Why wouldn't I? I'm making, guys, if you want to know how much money I'm making, go to shutupmoney.com and look around. You'll find it. It's there. Okay, there's an actual picture of it right there from the old bank account. All right, go look at it. All right. Why would I be like, no, man, I'm not getting a realtor's license. I'd rather just forget that. Yeah, I'll do whatever I need to do as long as it doesn't compromise my integrity, my character, my family, my God, my country. I still believe that you should stand up for what's right, but at the same time, you have to get along too. So I'll get the license, or I'll whatever. If Pennsylvania wants you to have a license, then I won't go there unless I get a license. Okay. Well, that's for most people, that's just you know 1,500 bucks, 2,000 bucks, whatever it is in your state. Folks, um, not a big deal. It'd be worth it. It'd be worth it. Okay. So I don't know if that helps anybody. I don't really know, Mike, or your situation, dude. So I wasn't really referring to you, man. But I do appreciate your comment from North Carolina. That's a tough state in my opinion. Although I do have students that are doing deals in North Carolina and they're from that area. Okay. So I can't say everybody avoid it. I'm just saying I do. All right. I hope that makes sense, everybody. Okay. Uh, Appreciate everybody. Thank you so much. We've been here a little over an hour. Steak and eggs is calling, and then the Gulf water is so hot tonight. It's like taking a bath. I might shave my legs. Uh, we saw that lady shaving her legs. I told my wife, I was like, hey, would you shave my back? If I took my, all right. Love you guys. We'll see you next week. Okay. Have a good one. And I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.
And welcome to my daily coaching club for creative real estate investors and coaches. My name is Justin Chamness. I have over 600 career wholesale deals and have been coached to over 350 students worldwide with an impeccable record of success. And I'm here today to help you launch your successful real estate investment and wholesaling business. Are you wanting to free yourself from a soul-sucking job? Do you want to build an income, maybe a legacy that will last? It's not easy, but it's definitely doable. That's why I've created a coaching club for long-term students to guide you step by step and make sure you know exactly what to do to succeed in this business in each of its stages. My daily coaching club includes all of my training courses, including virtual lease options, wholesaling, sandwiches, subject to, co-wholesaling, bank-owned REO MLS wholesaling, and tons more. Plus, I'll personally mentor you. That's right, I'll be here to help you close these deals with the homeowners on three-way calls too. That's why people call this the Shut Up Money Shortcut. You'll also gain Zoom room access to my network of friends and business partners in my small group daily sessions. These sessions include hosts like Claude Diamond, Brandon Simmons, Arturo, the Ace of Texas, Cervantes, and others. You'll recognize many of these. So stay long-term with me or become a team coach or cancel whenever you're ready for any reason. I require no contract locking you in. My goal with this program is to create professional future partners for joint venture deals and future coaches to collaborate with. No one gets rich in this business alone. No one. I'm building an elite unit of professional pretty house investors. Are you one of us? You decide. Let me know. It's easy to get started. Just click the button and sign up if you're ready, or let's strategize for a few minutes and see if this is a good fit for you. Schedule a one-on-one Zoom with me and let's find out. I'll see you soon. Thanks.